Welcome back to the Terry and Jesse Show. Jess, wanted to announce yesterday we put up the Spiritual Warfare Conference up for registration. Every year we do this. We run out of room. People can't get in, so I thought we'd put it up early to get you an opportunity. And the good news is we held about 625 people last year. Now we can hold 1,400, so more than double the amount of people can come because we're using the St. Joseph's Church in Pomona, and it's a huge church. So I want to encourage our listeners, if you didn't get in the last couple of years, I think you should be able to do it now. But don't wait until the last week or two like a lot of people do and then get upset at me. I can't fit it. They ran out of room. Well, come on. Step up to it now by going to vmpr.org. Register for the Spiritual Warfare Conference, and you'll get in. I guarantee it. Jesse, what do we got going with this? The pro-lifers what's happening?
This is very sad.
Yeah.
The Biden administration, and let's just call it like it is.
Yeah.
None of this would be happening without his authority and his permission. 3 more pro-lifers are guilty on FACE Act charges. I look at all these young anarchists, attacking police, ripping off department stores, ripping them off blind, assaulting people on the street, burning courthouses, 274 riots in 2 years. You don't hear about any of these people being arrested, Terry.
Nope.
But Biden is definitely going after Catholics, especially pro-life Catholics and traditional Catholics.
Right.
He knows liberal Catholics are his friends because he's a liberal Catholic. Yeah. So, he's not going to do that. The liberal Catholics are his buddies. He's going after traditional Catholics and pro-life Catholics. So 3 pro-life activists who took part in an October 2002 rescue in a Washington, D.C. abortion facility were each found guilty of felonies that could land them up to 11 years in prison.
Wow.
And fines as much as $350,000. So, Terry, what he's doing, he's sending a message to anybody, to all of us that are pro-life and traditional Catholics. He's sending a message. I've got the power. And I'm going to use it against you. Yeah. If you step out of line, you better just shut your mouth, put your mask on, stay 6 feet apart, stay inside your house, and work out of your house. I don't even want you driving a car. And if you only drive 15 minutes from your house.
Hey, Jesse, if I can interrupt you, just one more thing that you didn't bring up that I think is important when it talks about these anarchists and who are destroying cities. We've seen videos, like I said yesterday, of Stanford, where the whole city is blocked up and boarded up because people can't run their businesses. Think of the amount of business companies that are out of business and they're not employing people that need to be employed. And because of this there's no accountability, the price of this is affecting lots of people. And here we have some pro-life people who are trying to save lives, and they're being punished. So that old saying, no good deed goes unpunished? This is a good example of this. And it actually is even happening in our church today. So that doesn't mean we stop doing good deeds. We still have to stand up for the unborn. But unfortunately, we have an administration, Jess, and you're just pointing that out, that is hell-bent on trying to stop people from saving the unborn lives.
So let's talk about what these FACE acts are.
Okay.
So these activists here, and I guess you know one of them.
I do quite well.
70-year-old Joan Bell, 73-year-old Jean Marshall, 41-year-old Jonathan Darnell were convicted on felony conspiracy against rights and violating the Federal Freedom of Access to Clinic Entrances Act, known as the FACE Act. Yeah. The FACE Act increases penalties for people who accost or obstruct women who are seeking abortions at clinics or pregnancy resource centers. Terry, I'm going to tell you something.
Tell me, brother.
And we have to just kind of, we have to just slap ourselves in the face with cold water.
Yeah.
There's a lot of communist laws in our country already.
Yeah.
Not in the future, not in 10 years. We are dealing, Terry, with a lot of, like this one here.
Yes.
Okay? These are communist laws. These are pure tyranny. This is the pure display of an adulterated power. And I'll tell you, these three people in history, they're going to be vindicated and they're going to become saints. I'm telling you.
Especially when they get to heaven.
That's exactly. So according to the Department of Injustice, that we need, because there's no justice there today, Terry. No. The three activists engaged in a conspiracy to create a blockade of an abortion clinic, and I'm sure they're Catholics, I have no doubt. The Department of Injustice claims that Bell and Marshall were among a group of activists who forcefully entered the abortion clinic and blockaded two doors with their bodies, furniture, chains, and ropes. The Department of Injustice adds that Darnell remained outside of the abortion clinic, but live streamed the group's activism on social media. According to the Department of Injustice, Marshall and Bell, both females, traveled to Washington, D.C. area to meet with Darnell and others to participate in the protest, which was directed by another activist. Mm-hmm. Joan Bell's children were in the audience, shaking and crying. Bernadette Patel, a pro-life activist who did not partake in the rescue, told Catholic News Agency. Joan took off her red shirt to reveal a bright yellow shirt with the words pro-life written on it. Patel said Jonathan Darnell gave a wave before being escorted out. Jean Marshall brought a doctor's note saying that she was scheduled for a hip replacement, but the judge refused to keep her under house arrest and all were taken away. Chris Bell, Joan's husband, teared up as he went to his car. A hearing for their sentencing is yet to be scheduled. Yeah, they're probably going to treat them like the January 6th prisoners and just keep postponing their cases and keep them locked up in jail. 5 other pro-life activists who engaged in the demonstration were found guilty of a felony charge of conspiracy against rights and violating the FACE Act. These activists are also awaiting sentencing. Another activist pleaded guilty and did not take his case to trial. When Democrats are in power, Terry, felonies are made misdemeanors and misdemeanors are made felonies.
Isn't that interesting?
Yep.
Jesse, here's the big kicker. We've got people who are willing to lay their life down for these babies. They're taking the ultimate. They're going to go in prison. I know Joan says she wants to. I just saw the article. She says, I'm just going to live like a cloistered nun in prison. I'm just going to live in the presence of God and make reparation. I just thought, man, this girl, she's got it. She really does. And the point I'm making here, Jesse, is we're living in a culture, like you just said about communism. These laws are not for the people. They're actually causing such havoc in our culture that we now are saying it's a good thing to kill the future of our future citizens. Jesse, if we were looking at a species, like let's say dolphins, and they were killing their babies, we would say there's something wrong with this group. The dolphins aren't getting their vitamin B, or they're not getting this, or we're going to figure out why would they kill their offspring. Well, you know what? We have the same problem, but you know what? We know what the solution is. It's called sin. We got to root it out of our culture. And that's the only way because sin makes you stupid. And anybody who says killing unborn babies is a good thing, they're stupid.
Yeah. Well, that's short and sweet.
Why don't I really tell you what I think, Jeff?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'll tell you, the most dangerous place for Catholics today
that's right.
is praying in front of an abortion clinic.
Yep.
Okay. First of all, not only are you dealing with demons, literally demons, evil
tell
spirits.
Us why the demons are there, Jesse, because of their love for killing unborn babies.
Every abortion is a blood sacrifice to Satan.
Yep.
That's what Satanists will tell you. Satanists will tell you this themselves.
Yep.
That every abortion is a blood sacrifice to Satan.
Wow.
And so there's demons that are just, like helicopter moms around these abortion clinics. They're just clinging around these abortion clinics. Also, pro-life pregnancy centers get vandalized. They get firebombed, especially after the Roe versus Wade decision was struck down. And also, Terry, it's not uncommon. The left has been known to attack innocent pro-lifers praying in front of these abortion clinics. True. You can watch all kinds of videos on the internet where they show pro-lifers doing nothing but praying, getting assaulted by young anarchists, pro-abort anarchists. And now the Biden administration is targeting pro-lifers. Exhibit A, Mark Houck. Exactly. Exhibit B. Think about all the priests that I know of that are part of the Red Roses movement that have been arrested.
Yep.
And now Exhibit C, these innocent women that we're talking about in this article, now it goes to show you that the left, Biden, the Democrats, they go after pro-lifers, especially when they come into power. Mm-hmm. And it's interesting, Terry, but I read another article that data shows that there have been 22 times more attacks on pro-lifers than pro-choice groups since the Supreme Court, gave us, overturned. So for every one pro-choice person that's attacked for being pro-choice, 22 pro-lifers are attacked.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So disproportionately in this country, if you're pro-choice, more than likely you're not going to be attacked. But if you're pro-life, there's a high percentage. If you're pro-life and wearing a pro-life T-shirt in public, you will be attacked. Also, there's another article that put out by the Daily Signal that I read, where it's talking about that the Department of Injustice, the officials, they're admitting, Terry, and they're admitting that they're targeting pro-lifers.
Oh, yeah.
And so this is as a response to Roe versus Wade. The article's on dailysignal.com. It's called DOJ Official Admits Targeting Pro-Lifers is a response to overturning the Roe versus Wade.
Jesse, just so you know, what you just said is what Fulton Sheen told us yesterday when he said, everyone who's conscious of sin knows that sin deserves punishment. But if a sin or guilt is denied, like abortion is denied, the need for punishment finds its outlet vicariously in the love of violence visited upon others. Well, of course they're going to be violent, Jesse. They have no conscience. That's all.
Yeah, and
think about it.
And I'll tell you.
Tell me, brother.
This country, this is the issue that divides the country.
It really does, Jess.
It really. This is the battle line right here. What is when does human life start? What is human life? Is a baby a human person? Everything revolves around this. This is common sense. We know this through natural law, but the left, Terry, they use all their what's called sophistry and all this, this false argumentation to confuse low information Catholics that abortion is okay.
And Jesse, until we bishops, right, and lay people stand up for the evil that's going on in our country, it will continue to go on. And that's what we're going to talk about when we come back, about the COVID is on the rise. Which states now protect churches from closures? The churches that are going to close are the ones who say, we can't stop the state from doing that. Why not? Why not? That's what I asked the bishop. That's what I asked us. Stay with us. We'll be back to talk about that and much more.